Okay, our next company now is Wits Mining. Welcome on the stage.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Rudi Deysel, Managing Director and CEO of Wits Mining. We are listed on the ASX, Australia. We've got two projects. One is Mount Cecilia in Australia, but our flagship project is the Wits Basin project. And I'm specifically going to speak about our near-term gold producer project, which is a first stage, how we see it, and that's Tala Shallows. Tala means beginning in isiXhosa. So this is our first project. We've already got an established site there, which we're going to use initially to produce our first ore. We are literally going to produce our first ore, first blast. So we're going to develop the rest of the footprint for the surface infrastructure and then increase the build-up, the production for the project up to 70,000 ounces per annum. Just a disclaimer. All right, why invest in Wits Mining? So we've got a significant JORC compliant resource of 5 million ounces. Of this, we've completed a definitive feasibility study on the Tala Shallows area, which got a mining inventory of about 1 million ounces, and that's got a life of mine of 17 years. This is only stage one, and this is where we intend to have a steady state production of 70,000 ounces per annum with a steady state of 12 years. We've already got loan facilities in place as well as cash. Good cash. I'll come to the finances now. A very strong international board with a lot of experience in mining, both production side as well as investment. We've got a very robust DFS results, IRR of 81%, NPV of $500 million US. This was calculated at a Bloomberg consensus price of $2,850 per ounce. The project is turnkey ready. We've got all our licenses, we've already got an infrastructure to start the whole project as we speak. So that's all ready. We are not building our own plant, and that's why we are very capital efficient. We're actually utilizing existing plants in the region. There's a lot of them. Witwatersrand is a well-known gold producing area in Southern Africa. We've got an existing agreement with Deysel plant, which is owned by Sibanye-Stillwater. It's an evergreen agreement with them, and they will actually process all of our material. And then we've also got a first-year loan agreement already executed with syndicate between the commercial bank, one of the bigger commercial banks in South Africa, as well as one of the developmental banks in South Africa as well, of $50 million US. And then we've also got a lot of upside, where our aspirational view is that we want to build up this mine from 70,000 ounces up to 200,000 ounces per annum. Right, this is just a quick corporate snapshot. On the day of printing, our market capitalization was 180 million Australian dollars. Yesterday it was at 220 million, so we actually got quite a nice uptick in our share price currently. The volumes are also quite good, so things are looking much better, due to the fact that we are close to production phase of this mine. Very strong board consisting of a lot of production guys. I'm a mining engineer with 25 years in production, as well as starting up new mines in Africa. As the same we've got Jaap van Heerden, who's also currently operating mining manager, mining engineer. As well, and then a very strong support in terms of investment in the Australia market on the ASX to the rest of the board team. And then we've got Tozama on the ESG side in South Africa with a lot of experience on this side as well. All right, just on the funding side, we've got a very robust model. We went through a few due diligence processes through all the banks to actually get this loan facility that we've got. So all of this is technically and financially controlled and tested. The geology as well known, very good information that we have on this. You can see our payback from big funding side is 8 months. So this project is really robust, good, very strong principles. We've got a free cash flow of almost $1 billion just on stage 1. So there's a all-in sustaining cost around $1,200 per ounce. At these prices, this is really a very solid business case for us. On the funding side, we've got currently 18.1 million Australian dollars in the bank, with which we're going to use that to advance the project further. So I can tell you now that we already started mobilizing in the beginning of July. The mobilization phase has been completed last month. First ore coming out this month, October. So the intention then is to have first gold pour in the first quarter of 2026. With that, we also announced on Monday that we've got an executed loan facility with Nabari, which then basically complete our whole capital stack that we require for this project. With that, we've got the senior debt of 50 million that we can draw down after the first cash in has been used for this project. So this project is fully funded as we speak to do all of the project development for this first stage of our project. Just to show you life of mine, this is our reserve. We've got a declared reserve of 384,000 ounces. This is typical South African ore bodies in the sense that this is only the shallower areas, but as we go down with the decline, you will actually increase the reserve base. South Africa generally got a very, very strong conversion rate in terms of resource to reserve, well-known, very consistent type of spread of grade. So we've got a lot of confidence in that conversion and to uphold that. Just in terms of we've got a reserve profile for 12 years, which is far past the payback period required for this. So this is well within what banks require. This is just a quick picture of where we are standing currently. We've already refurbished this box cut and an existing old decline, which we started already with some development on the ore body itself. That's why I can say that we will produce our first blast immediately, and that's in a few weeks from now. The intention then is to have a brand new decline that will follow the strike in the center of this in situ block of ore, and that will spiral down, and as we go down we will open up levels on each that and that will be the bulk of our life of mine for gold production. This mine is really shallow gold mining. It's not the same as all the other projects in South Africa, which is generally deep gold mining. This is from surface only down to 800 meters. So really a great project, and for that reason as well, that's why we've got so low all-in sustaining cost for this project itself. We're going to use normal breast mining, which is a normal practice in South Africa, well known, understood, very conventional, but we do use mechanized development. So that's why it's very much a hybrid mining method that we're going to use in this area. Next one. All right, just on a production schedule, we're going to have a 3-year build up to maximum production. To the steady state, and then we've got that 70,000 ounces steady state for 12 years. Then obviously the intention then is that we will develop stage 2, 3 and 4 and to increase this production capacity up from 70,000 ounces up to 200,000 ounces, which is the aspiration where we want to play. Just on our JORC resource, we've basically got three ore bodies. The main reef, which is very well mined out by now, but there's still a lot of remnant areas. We've also got the bird reef, but our focus is mainly on the Kimberley reef, which is quite intact, not touched before in this area, and it was purely because of the economics at that stage, where currently with the current gold prices it makes absolutely sense to mine this. We've got 5 million, but as you can see here, there's actually quite a lot of potential to increase. The blue area is our mining right area, where Kala Shallows is really just that piece. We also then got the opportunity to increase our production profile from the main reef, the bird reef, but then we've also had an already approved prospecting right that will add this area. Currently we've got another prospecting right that's in there that's already been environmentally approved. So this will add to our resource base of 5 million. And then I've also submitted application for some more prospecting rights in the area itself. So the upside for this project is extremely high, and there's a lot of upside and growth for us looking forward. This is just an indication how we grew I'm not going to take too much time on this, over time, the resource as well as the reserve. But if we look at the project program currently, we've already basically completed the finance packages. We've already mobilized the mining contractors and the EPCM guys on site, appointed, OEM's contracts signed off, executed. We already took the first ore that we mined previously with the bulk sample exercise already to the plant. Intention is to have first blast here. We're going to build up a stockpile with first gold pour first quarter of 2026. Then ultimately we will build it up over 3 years to our steady state of 70,000 ounces per annum. So basically we can just see all these boxes ticked. So we expect this month first ore production, new prospecting rights like I mentioned that I've already applied for, first gold ore already mentioned, first quarter of 2026, and then I'll build up to our steady state. This is just some pictures currently happening on site. There's a lot of progress already there. And then on the ESG side, we are totally 100% licensed. We've got our mining right, water use licenses, environmental licenses. We've already established our local economic development communities with the communities itself. So on the ESG side, we actually strive to equator principles, and given the type of funding that we've got as well, we are being held to that. So it's a very important point for us to be responsible miners. I think that's that. Thank you very much. Appreciate your time.